Honestly, family, a lot of this is not even making sense. Like, how can this even be added up? Stay tuned. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. To this Dollar Tree over in Maplewood. Stay well is also a plus.
These past few years showed me.
Hey family, welcome back to another video. Today is Saturday, so happy Saturday. First and foremost, this is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. So a lot already, a lot. Plenty of things not making sense. So we're going to start today's video off talking about the tariffs that's supposed to be implemented. And y'all, I just came across this article, right? And I'm going to share it with you guys. I just came across this article and this person is like, yeah, the tariffs that's supposed to be, put in place, it's based on error. So how can we put something in place without the right information? So yeah, we're going to jump right into today's video. We're going to go ahead and share some pictures at the end of the video of, what adventures I took around and, what stores I've been into and some of the things that I personally noticed. I want to share that with you all. So stay tuned to the end for that as well. So President Trump's tariffs formula makes no economic sense. It's also based on error. And this is actually written up by Mr. Corneth, over on the AEI Post. So President Trump on Wednesday announced tariffs on practically every single thing. Let me roll that back. He announced tariffs on practically every foreign country and some non-countries, they're saying, ranging from a 10% increase all the way up to a 50% increase. How is it that we're gonna stay in business if you're implementing tariffs up to 50%? We gotta make it make sense, right? So the economic fallout has been dramatic, with the stock market losing 9% of its value based on the S&P 500 index at the time of course, this write-in, which was on the 4th. And forecasted probabilities of a recession once again rising. How come we're not moving forward and we keep going backwards? And I could have sworn to go backwards, you got to move forward just a little bit. And then if we do move forward just a little bit, we get pushed way back here. We have to make it make sense. Y'all got to let me know how y'all feeling about these tariffs that's supposed to be implemented now, though. Like I said, it would push items to be made back in the USA. But at the same time, either way, we're not going to beat the prices at the end of the day. Products being made in the USA will cost more because it will cost some more, whether it's coming from the labor, whether it's coming from, the manufacturer, whether it's coming from the products needed to make whatever it is, whatever item. I'm just saying, y'all, we got to look at every single thing when it comes down to these tariffs. Look at your clothing. Price of clothing is expected to go through the roof. Even when you go to your low budget store, and we're not talking about no thrift stores neither. Your low budget store, your Marshalls, your Burlington. Even the stickers on those, on clothing items in general, already shot up over the past year. Burlington was my spot. I know I can go in there and find a few pieces for like $2.99 for the kids. Now, no. And I know for a fact in the very near future, things like that will go up. So then we got to think about cars. We got to think about car parts. We have to think about shoes. It's not just, your food. It's every single thing that you possibly touch and or use on a daily basis. I hear that shoes is supposed to skyrocket as well, as far as certain shoes. You know, we gotta think about medical devices. There's a lot put into play when it comes down to these tariffs being put in place. Oh man. So I don't even want to read this full article. They got some type of thing up here and I'm just looking at it like, what? So President Trump's tariffs announced April 2nd actual with the corrected formula, they're saying. They're looking for just a few places Iraq tariffs to be put in place. It was 39%. That's what was announced. It's actually a 10.3% as a corrected tariffs with their little formula. Syria, 41% tariff is supposed to be implemented. With their formula, it's supposed to be 10.3. They're doing this little formula. Let me show you guys real quick so we don't get lost. So this is their formula that they're using. I'm not that good in math and I'm not that good in solving those type of equations, but I do know that something isn't adding up regardless. They can have that equation. It ain't for me. But yeah, then they talking about China. There's going to be a 10% increase. But before, what was announced was a 34% increase on China products. So honestly, when it comes down to these percentages, who knows what to expect until it's actually implemented. Even in South Africa, they're expected to, have to go ahead and pay that 10% tariff charge as well. What was announced was a 30% though. India, same thing, 26%. South Korea, 25%. Israel is announced at 17%. Nigeria at 14%. In a Democratic Republic of Congo, 11%. We're missing a place here. China is at 34% tariffs here. And the corrected tariff would be 10%, they're saying. So yeah, a lot will be put in place. I mean, tariffs are being, here, you're going to take it. Here, this country, you're going to take it. Here, this country, you're going to take it. Here, and you're going to take it too. But hey, the U.S., what do we have to offer, to meet in the middle? Because what if they're like, hey, whatever, we're just going to have to take everything back to our home. And it is what it is. And this thing with Canada, I don't even know if they even, if they met in the middle with something by now. Last thing I remember is I keep hearing this float around social media, like, if electricity is supplied through Canada, when your parts, expect that electricity to be cut off. So Canada and Mexico leaders take credit for dodging the latest U.S. tariffs. So it's paused again. I feel like they keep pausing it and delaying it. Trump may have just ended globalization as we know it. There are the hardest hit. Okay, here we go. So these are the hardest hit trading partners under the Trump's U.S. tariff. So China is up there. The European Union is up there. They got a 20% increase. China is at that 34% as we discussed. And then Japan is at 24%. Wow. So we have a few up here where we really have to watch out where products are coming from, especially China, because y'all know that we are built on a lot of Chinese products. Gotta watch out for that one. So definitely, like I said, when you are like stockpiling and stuff like that, just pay attention. Pay attention to the prices. Pay attention to where items are coming from. Pay attention, to when you start to see that price increase. You'll know why. You'll know what happened. You'll know where it's coming from. At least you know what to expect. Sorry, y'all. Real quick sip. At least you know what to expect. But yeah, I know, like, I'm a parent. Y'all know I'm a parent because y'all been here. And if you have not been here, you are new here, of course, go ahead and subscribe to become part of the family. Y'all know that, we're trying to prepare for summer now. It's April, so we need to prepare now if we haven't prepared earlier. So typically what I do, I like to buy things when it's going out of season. Like when summer is coming to an end, everything that they got left over that's going on clearance, I like to buy it for the next year. But the kids hit some crazy, unexpected growth sprouts, and some of the stuff that I bought, they can't even fit. So what I do is I put it in a box and I donate to like this little veterans company that do come around. Or I just save it for like maybe a niece, a nephew, or a younger sibling around the family. Not a younger sibling, a younger family member, that happened to visit. But yeah, so now I'm like, oh my God, I gotta find the best sales. I gotta find the best deals. And I see Old Navy right now. Sam's Club is not a bad place to go ahead and get a few pieces, for the cheap. But yeah, but if you're like me and you're like, wow, my kids really did grow and I thought that they would fit, this size 4. But unfortunately, no. Where are you shopping from? Where are you shopping at, parents? Like right now, where are you shopping at? So tariffs, definitely something to definitely keep an eye out on them. Tariffs, they keep saying, oh, it's delayed. We dodged the bullet, da-da-da-da. And then boom, here we are. Then talks of a recession. Then those of you and myself who do utilize that TikTok. So U.S. TikTok ban delayed again after China stalls on deal over tariffs. So I guess they got to meet in the middle. Like, what's up with this app, right? If we can do something with TikTok, y'all got to do something about y'all tariffs. So you want something, I want something. Listen, we got to meet in the middle. Sum it up. There we go. Y'all want TikTok? These tariffs? Yeah, we gotta really talk about that. So the White House did come up with some type of TikTok deal. We're not gonna even jump all into it. It says Trump's China tariff wrecked it. It says. What? I had to take a second. Sometimes y'all know how y'all just be up here. All right. So it says, what Trump tariffs mean to Nike Air Jordan 1s? Why do we care? But we're going to read it anyway, just in case. So how might tariffs change the price of Nike iconic trainers? So the Nike Air Jordan 1 is, in some ways, the iconic U.S. shoe. I did not know that. It's the iconic U.S. shoe? Y'all want to stop playing with me. So it's a popular sneaker line by a large American brand created 4 decades ago for homegrown basketball legend Michael Jordan. But although Nike sells most of its products in the U.S., all of its shoes are made in Asia. Okay. All right. But they're saying Trump tariffs are basically ripping off Americans. Oh, Trump accused the other countries of ripping off Americans. Like, what? So Nike shares fell 14% already. That might seem small, but it's not. It's not, even though they like big. Nike shares fell 14% the day after the tariff announcement on fears over the impact they could have on the company's supply chain. So what would this mean for the price of Nike shoes? We talked about the shoes, the prices of shoes going up. It depends on how much of the cost increase Nike decides to pass on to customers, of course, because if they have to go ahead and pay the price, we have to pay the price as well. If any, and how long they think the tariffs will actually be in place for. And they're saying that this is a competitive industry. Goods from Vietnam, Indonesia, and China face some of the heaviest U.S. import taxes, between 32% and 54%. Man, honestly, that really means a lot. And it's crazy because I was just on Nike like, oh man, the 2 youngest ones really need some new shoes. I'm going to get them some new shoes because they feet grew. And Nike typically have the best deals, especially when you go to their sale department. And being that I have little ones, I be buying shoes for like $29 for them through Nike. So to me, personally, yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. But if I'm about to wait around for the price to go up, I'm not about to do that. I need to stop playing, get back online, and go order them shoes. Because $29 for a pair of kids' shoes, toddler shoes, and pre-K age kids school shoes, twisted. That's not bad at all. So, yes, we are going to expect to see the prices to continue to increase. I don't know if there was any big recalls this week, which would be a surprise because there's typically recalls after recalls after recalls. So they did have a popular chip recall over a life-threatening reaction risk here. And I think it is that tortilla chip recall. So let's see which chips that actually is. Wow, it's the Frito-Lay chips. So Frito-Lay initiated a recall for a number of 13-ounce bag of the Tostito traditional yellow corn tortilla chips, right after the product was found to potentially contain nacho cheese flavored chips, meaning it may contain an undeclared allergy. So the FDA has since classified the recall as a class 1, meaning a situation in which there is a reasonable probability that the use of or exposure to this product will cause a serious adverse health consequence or death, especially if you are prone to a lot of things, with you being allergic to it at least. So milk is a major allergen under the federal labeling law. So I don't see how that was really mixed up. Listen, plain or nacho cheese, which one is it? Somehow, some way, it was mixed up. So here's what you need to know. The recall initiated on March 26th affected 1,295 bags of the 13-ounce Tostito traditional yellow corn tortilla chips, which were distributed across 13 states. Listen up. So Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. The chips were available for purchase at grocery stores, drug and convenience stores, and through online retailers from March 7th. The affected packages can be identified by the UPC 28400-52848 and a guaranteed fresh date of May 20th, 2025, and one of the several specific manufacturing codes. There's going to be a lot. So consumers are advised to check the packaging with the following codes and numbers ranging from 30 to 55. Quickly, here's what that will look like. So if you took a screenshot, great. So Frito-Lay did initiate the recall as a precautionary measure. No allergic reactions have been reported. But if you do have it, of course, you can take it back to the store for a refund or just toss it out at your own will. Frito-Lay. Those be good with some dipping sauce though, right? I ain't had them chips in a very long time. But they be good though. What's next? They for real. So China slapped a 34%. 34%. Okay. China slaps a 34% tax on all U.S. imports in retaliation for Trump's tariffs. This sound like two could play that game, tit for tat, back and forth. Who want me to want stuff at the end of the day? We can't worry about what we have to worry about. At the end of the day, Trump is going to be good. Them higher uppers going to be good. They got this. They don't have to worry about the same stuff that a normal person will have to worry about at the end of the day. Wow. So much is happening right now. Like, so much is going on. So much is going on. It's not even just right now. So much is going on always. Literally. And it doesn't seem to die down at all. But it does say that the U.S. economy added 228,000 jobs in March ahead of the trade war escalation. Added jobs. What happens when the employers can't afford to keep the employees? Then they let go of the jobs. Is it making sense? But okay. Major federal job cuts not visible so far. They're saying major federal job cuts, that is. They saying it's not visible so far. But yeah, wasn't a lot of Fed workers let go like a few months ago? I heard they start hiring some back. But what did they just let go? So one thing, the March jobs report probably won't show us a big plunge in jobs in the federal government. There we go. Scores of fired employees have been temporarily reinstated by court order amid legal fights over whether the White House actions were legitimate. Were they? And federal employees still receiving compensation even if they signed up for buyouts or is still counted as employed. Government has been one of the biggest sources of hiring in the past few years, though mostly at the state and local level. So yeah, I guess I heard correctly. You know, some of them were rehired. They are receiving some type of compensation. But at the end of the day, what happens when they're ready to just, then what? And then it's gonna be the people who was saying, never ever have I relied on XYZ. Never ever have I received some type of handout. Never ever. I'm telling y'all, you can have everything that you need one day and then the next day it's just gone. I'm just saying. Certain things you really just got to live through to have an open mind, you know, to certain situations, and other things it is what it is, right? We just need to be better prepared and, you know, pay attention to what's going on and do what we can do the best way we can do it. So let's go ahead and jump right into these pictures. I mean, them tariffs that's taking place. We got a recall on them tortilla chips. I know how some people just love to put their hand in the bag and they just be snacking, and then they realize like, oh my God, my throat is closing up. You know, I have regular tortilla chips. What's going on? Oh my God, there's milk in here. There's cheese in here, and I'm allergic to it. People got to do better. These companies have to do better before the things hit the shelves. But do they really care in reality? I don't know. Until they get sued. Until they get sued, right? Let's go ahead and jump right into some of these. Wow. We'll talk about that another time. Let's jump into some of the things that I did see this week. Y'all, please, don't come for me. Because I did something. Don't come for me though. Please stay where you at and sit down. I did something out of curiosity. I was curious because it kept hitting my my little page on Facebook. It was like, Target store has been empty. I'm like, I gotta go return something from Amazon at the Whole Food by Target. We about to go in here and see, you know, what they talking about. Like, I know Target not empty, even though they always been high. I know they not empty. Come on, let me show y'all what I seen. All right, fam. So we did go in Target, y'all. And let me tell y'all, I was so curious, so I had to kill my curiosity. They said Target, well, people been saying that Target been empty. It's been empty. And if y'all don't know, Target dropped its DEI like a whole bunch of other companies. And DEI does not just mean, oh, black people, only black people need to stop supporting these stores. Because this is what, you know, a lot of people are pushing for. You know, so if you drop your DEI, we ain't going to shop there. But y'all, I've seen all types of people in here, you know? And if you don't know, DEI don't mean, well, you know, if you're black, you know, you shouldn't shop here. DEI, you know, supported people who work with disabilities, pregnant people, maybe your wife, maybe your sibling, maybe your whatever. You know, people who's handicapped, people now have to use a wheelchair or cane or whatever. They still be working, but if the company say, oh no, we don't want you because, you know, the color of your skin, your race, you know, because you have this disability, you know, they can just simply say no, and the DEI help protect it, you know, those kind of things. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, if you're just black. You can be black and qualified and still not get hired. You can be Hispanic and qualified and not get hired. You can be of any daggone race or whatever and not get hired. But no, DEI went further than the color of your skin than that man exactly on a wheelchair. He decided, hey, I need a job because, you know, our Social Security is not just enough. They can just say no. And here I was in Target looking to see if it was, you know, real that it's not a lot of shoppers I started to get embarrassed, so I had to put my hood on. Yes, I tried to tighten that thing up, but it wasn't helping. I was still shopping. I wasn't shopping, but I was still lurking. Put it like that. And then it's Good and Gather K-Pods that I used to love. Used to be $5.99, baby. They are now $9.99. Target, first of all, Target was for the rich anyway. Target is expensive. But look what happens when people don't shop. The price of things just go down because nobody buying nothing. A pack of chicken wings was $13.53. Now it's $6.77. You cannot beat it. Chicken thighs, I've seen some for a little under $5, $4 and change. Chicken breasts, and we know the price of chicken breasts is ridiculous. I saw one for $3 and change. So honestly, when you don't shop at certain stores, if you don't shop, prices will come down. But it takes you not to shop. But people out here, they shopping. So family, that was my experience. Yeah, we did go in. Like I said, I had to see for myself. I had to go ahead and kill my curiosity to see if it was true. So I went to go see, and it seems like it's true. There's not as many shoppers in Target as it used to be. Good for them though. Good for them though. Their prices was high anyway all the time. But y'all, if y'all enjoyed today's video and you happen to be new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like, of course, drop that comment, share with your friends and family. It definitely help us out. YouTube have not pushed my videos. I don't know what the heck going on. Maybe because I really haven't been uploading consistently. And you know what? And that's my fault. They probably kicked me out the algorithm for a little bit. So I have to get back to it. If y'all see me uploading daily again, it's because I'm really trying to get back into the algorithm. If your notification bells are on, thank you for that. And when you see it's me back to back, y'all know what I'm trying to do. But I'm not in YouTube's algorithm right now. I just want to put that out there. My views are super duper 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 low. I mean, it haven't been as low since before I started. But it's low. YouTube, wake up. I'm here. Okay. So yes, if you are new here, I want to thank you for, visiting our channel. If you decided to stay, go ahead and subscribe. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. I truly appreciate you. Help us reach 10K by sharing this video with your friends and family. Let us know what are some things that you are preparing for the upcoming tariffs that's being put in place. Are y'all ready for the prices to jump even more because it's supposed to be getting better? Where? Right? Where? What are some things that you guys are doing? And y'all with them kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, and y'all be helping out with the little ones. They growing so fast. They growing so fast. And it is what it is, y'all. We gonna keep doing what we gotta do. This is Shana, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next time, love you all, and God bless. Peace.